Hello everybody, my name is Jacqueline McDonald, and I have the pleasure to do my very first POL for my very first year at High Tech High Chula Vista. I'm so glad that my first experience with such a thing was at such an amazing school with amazing teachers and amazing students. I just love how creative I can be with all of my work, not just certain things. I can always implement some of my creativity into anything I do here. So just a little bit about me. I love web designing, so I love making things like posters and like little sites online. So this was a very fun assignment because I was able to basically design a cool little website. I just think it's really nice to just it's like a little short thing you can do to let out your creativity, and I just thought it was very fun. I've loved playing video games. I've been doing it for like my entire life since I was a kid, and it makes up a lot of my personality, but honestly, I feel like it gives me charm. Drawing is something else I do very often. I feel like I can implement that a lot into my assignments too, which actually, I have some examples here. So I have some examples right here. The one on the left right here is something I drew on Mr. Will's whiteboard. It was very fun. It was like right about over there. I do like drawing on whiteboards because I just feel like it's something nice, quick, and easy. And then the one on the right is something I drew in my sketchbook in my own time with my sister. So those are just the different mediums I enjoy using. Academically, one of my largest strong suits has to be math. I feel like ever since 8th grade, I had a really good math teacher, and then I've just loved it ever since. And I'd say I'm not too bad at it. My family has always been very musical, so I've been playing the piano since I was a little kid, although on and off, and I just feel like it has been a huge part of my life. My mom is an amazing singer and pianist, and my sister plays the piano really well too, and we all listen to music and whatnot. I also wanted to say that I have an amazing piano teacher. His name is Luder, and he's helped me through so much. And at this school, we focus on the 7 habits of heart and mind, which are refinement, evidence, mindfulness, cooperation, compassion, perspective, and perseverance, which are basically guidelines for you to be a better you, a better leader, and just better in general. So starting with my humanities class, so I love being creative with my work, and this was one of the assignments I feel like I could really shine. But this focuses on refinement. As you can see here in the back, these are my multiple drafts of the Edgar Allan Poe caricature, and it shows, so at the start I was having like between 2 decisions, and then I was carrying it out, and then I changed it completely. Because I felt like if I had a simpler outline, I could add more creativity into it, and that is why I changed it to be something more simple. This, even though you can't see it that well here, is the final design I had. I think I was super proud of how it came out, and I just feel like the colors really pop. I've never used Sharpie in my artwork, so I feel like this was a new thing for me to do, and I just really learned from this experience. And for evidence, this was the Prop 27 debate where I had to make a commercial. I wasn't there the day before where we could prep for it, so I had to spend 15 to 25 minutes of the class period trying to make it and trying to crunch it so that I could actually do it. And I'd say it didn't come out too bad, although I wish there was audio so that it could be more interactive. This would be where the video would be, but it needs access, and I wasn't going to click on it anyways. I watched it once, that was enough. I don't think I ever want to see it again. So now for perseverance, it was the bungee pod. So basically, to find all the evidence you need in your life, you need to persevere to find that evidence. And it was the time I persevered was on the bungee pod. I was gone for a week, I was out with the flu, it was very bad, terrible, do not recommend. And when I came back, I felt like I had no control and nothing was getting done when I came back. So I really had to crunch all of I almost gave up. It was so bad to the point where I was like, I do not think we're gonna pass. I don't think this is something that will happen. But my partner and I were able to push through, and we were both able to persevere to finally finish it. We both had amazing ideas, and we were both able to implement them really well into our bungee climb, which I do not have with me today. I do have pictures, although it slipped my mind to put it on the portfolio. But this is the third draft. I took 2 drafts before this, and this was the one I submitted to Inkwire, where I drew my unrealistic bungee pod because this was like, it was just almost like a little passion project because I just thought it looked really nice. I was like really putting my creativity into this blueprint, and I think it came out really nice. Although the finished product looks nothing like it. Now for mindfulness. It was the Jacqueline POL project, and I feel like I did a really good job when it comes to listening to my peers' ideas when it came to being in the group. For the suspense arc, which was something we had to do, I had to listen to Alan, one of our classmates in the other class, since he was the story director. So I was helping him out, giving him ideas, and he was giving me ideas so that I could write them down on the suspense arc, which would be basically like a plot line of how our scene would go. And this is the scene design basically on the right, which is where the characters would be, because that was my job, was where the characters, who the characters were and where they would be. So I took my group's insights on how they wanted them to move, where they wanted to be, and etc. Now for math, although I do think it is an easy course for me, I did struggle a lot when I was sick because I came back and it was the y equals mx plus b, which is basically y over x and solving for slope, which is on the left is basically a problem that I had to do on my final, and I was not sure I got it right. I was struggling over it previously, and then I was so shocked when I got it back that I actually got it right. And then when I got my whole final back, I got full points on the entire thing, which I was very proud of, and shows that I was able to see the perspective, like I was able to see the problems in a different light, in a different way, that I was able to solve them right and figure it out, because the way I was looking at them at the start wasn't working. So I had to change my view so that I'd be able to solve them. So cooperation was building the marshmallow tower at the very start of the year. Then again, I was trying to find photos in my phone because I knew I took some, but I could not find them and put them on here. So it was pretty big. It was one of the largest, it was one of the tallest ones. And it had like a chunk of marshmallow on the top, and then it had a marshmallow stuck on a string on the bottom. I gave him a name, forgot the name, but it's a very good time. I feel like that was when I could be really creative, because my teammates let me name the marshmallow. It was so fun. And I just feel like I've been mostly compassionate when it comes to my table mates in math, because since I don't really struggle with it, but of course others do, I try to help my table mates as much as I can when it comes to just being able to help them with the problems they're struggling with, and just being able to build them as a student in math and build me as like a person. It honestly benefits both of us. So now for my refinement plan. I feel like the habits of
We'll take care of that.
You want me to
No, we'll take care of that. My apologies if that threw you off. But please continue. Thank you for bearing with us.
So although I do try to help people as much as I can, I feel like I do struggle a lot with compassion, because I can never notice, it's very hard for me to notice when people are struggling unless I have to ask them or they ask me, and then that takes away the whole point of compassion. It's to do it without anybody asking. But I do try and make sure to help them as much as I can. So for strategies in this case, I feel like I could try and eliminate like all of my distractions and stop like listen more mostly, and just try and like just get everything out of the way and just work, and being able to help, and doing that would let me help my classmates more. And in terms of academics, I feel like I have been mostly a good student, except for my very one exception of 7th grade. Not a good time, guys. 7th grade was something. But anyways, mostly A's and B's, I'd say. So I'd say I've been a pretty good student, and so I just want to be able to maintain those, to make myself and my parents proud, and just because that'll help me a lot in life. Having good grades means you have the ability to have them, and those abilities to keep those good grades will carry you a lot more in just school than life. And a strategy I can do this is, I flip these around. I forgot to change the text, but I do have it here. But it's basically just to have a planner and write everything down. I've tried to do it in the past, never worked, but I'd like to give it one more chance as I'm more mature now, I'd say, to just be able to build on that and finally start writing things down, because I forget due dates very easily, because I'm pretty busy at home, so it slips my mind, and so I really do enjoy things like that. So, honestly, completing this portfolio, I just like to say that it was although it was very stressful making it, it was also very nice to be able to reflect upon my whole year and just see all the progress I've made since I came here. And that concludes my POL.
Super round of applause. Thank you, Jackie. All right, Jackie. At this time, we'll be moving on to the second portion of our POL activities, where we'll be going into a question and answer related to your digital portfolio.